is always football time. This is what makes our heart beat.
Welcome back to the Football Tragics. Leicester City 0, Arsenal 2. Joined here by Tony and Baxter. You're an Arsenal fan, mate. How are you feeling after that big win?
I was good. I was talking to Tony during the week, and I was saying that Leicester was going to win, and then Tony reminded me of the 3-year anniversary of the owner dying, and he was like, "Oh yeah, Leicester's going to win." And I was like, I'll just put this as a loss, sorry, and we'll just head back to the capital now and regroup." But no, we got the 2-0 win, and good to see Ramsdale getting a monkey off his back as the guy who gets relegated everywhere he goes. So, yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, look, we'll speak about Ramsdale a little bit, but I'll just mention Gabriel scoring 5 minutes in, and Mel Smith-Rowe with the second 18 minutes in. Clean sheet. So, yeah, let's speak about Ramsdale, why don't we? Thoughts on him? Massive save from that free kick. Basically won us the game single-handedly, you'd say.
Yeah, well, I was talking to Tony at halftime, and Casper Schmeichel's dad, Peter, tweeted that that's the best save he's seen in years. So the opposition keeper's dad is telling the world that that's the greatest save he's seen in a while. So that's big props from him, and Ramsdale's living up to that 30 million price tag, you know.
Surely, Aaron, Baxter, if Southgate's watching that game today and the squad was picked tomorrow for the World Cup, Ramsdale's got to be the number one keeper, surely. Pickford has not been in form.
The only problem with that is Pickford performs for England. Not so much for England. Pickford's somehow this great keeper. But like you said, if you're picking based off form, and club football is important, Ramsdale, he needs to be in the squad at least. And
there's no way Pickford picks that free kick out of the top corner. His arms aren't big enough to get to the ball. Not a chance in the world.
No, I agree with you there. But like you said, Baxter, 30 million or so, was it 24 million, whatever it was? Everybody laughed at their transfer business. And then he's all of a sudden come in, he's bench Leno, and him and that defence alone have picked up so many points for you guys, 17 of your last 21 possible, and you're now sitting in 5th spot, unbeaten in 9 all comps ever since that defeat to City. So you must be over the moon with the transfers now and Ramsdale as a whole, defence, everything.
It's a big improvement. I didn't think Arteta would be... I didn't see his game plan, what his future targets were, but obviously after that City defeat, Odegaard comes in, who gives us more options in the midfield, how we line up, you know. Obviously we're playing Laka with a bit of a centre-forward deep role, still playing both of them up top. Then we bring in Tommy Boy, who Tony mentioned to me like hours to go before deadline, goes, "Oh, this guy from Bologna is coming across," and I just shook my head going, why? But he's lived up to that expectation. Ramsdale again, who all critics said, "Yeah, you're just going to be the bench player to Leno," and as you virtually said, Aaron, he's benched Leno, and he's unbelievable. I can't believe it.
Yeah, well, we've gone from, like I said, everybody's saying Arteta out possibly, and then all of a sudden now his job's as safe as houses. He's got a project in place. He's building with this squad. And yeah, you're clicking now. It's just the defense is pretty solid. Tomiyasu, he's not a right back usually, but he's playing there. He's doing a great job there. And just anywhere up the park, Emil Smith-Rowe is having a blinder of a season. Tony, I want to get your thoughts just on the game as a whole. Look, that first half, great for Arsenal. Second half, not so much, but Ramsdale again, the hero, and that's what you need.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you look at that first half, if it wasn't for Ramsdale, they're going in at the break 2-2, if not down. Obviously, Leicester, it's a strange one. They played, obviously, my boys a few weeks ago, and they got up for that game. And the first 20 minutes today, they looked like they were still on the team bus. So who knows? Is this the rumours of Rodgers might be going? He's being linked with United now. Is it the players are starting to already cop heat? Is he copying heat? Who knows? But, I mean, for Arsenal, you've got the relegation Arsenal now sitting above title contenders United. So there's not too much I can say except... well done, Arteta. He's got a plan. It's moving forward, and they're looking good.
Yeah, well, you mentioned Rodgers linked with United. He was linked with Newcastle when he laughed it off. He said, "Nah, don't want to go. I'm happy here at Leicester." But when United comes calling, it's a different kettle. Still arguably the biggest club in the world. regardless of their situation now. So does that play something on his mind? Like you said, possibly it does. Leicester this season, they've unbeaten in 4, but they've not been as great as they really should have been, in my opinion. They're supposed to be building every year, and I think this is a backwards year for them. You've got the likes of Vardy, who's probably getting old. He's still doing well, but yeah, like you said, they didn't turn up today. Any other day, they're 8 shots on target, they're countless chances, they go in, they win this game. But Arsenal were up for it, Leicester probably wasn't. And like you said, they were probably still on the team bus. I think that the 3-year anniversary of the unfortunate passing, I think, like you guys said, that probably should have given them the edge to win the game, the willpower, the fight. But Arsenal, they're pulling out great results here. Baxter, what were your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, we really controlled that first opening period, getting those 2 goals early on. That halftime didn't want it to happen. We were on the roll. We were, having them on the back foot. Halftime goes, and the appearance of Tielemans happens, and he's starting to dominate that midfield for Leicester, creating the chances and providing the heat. Shows Ramsdale what he can do, and it's just unfortunate. I don't understand Leicester. It's your 3-year anniversary. You should be getting up for those games. You've seen a few weeks ago Crystal Palace get up for Vieira against Arsenal, who deservedly should have won that game. But yeah, just it's a bit of a head scratcher for Leicester. Back to the drawing boards for them. But Arsenal, I am worried a little bit in small parts. You've got Sammy Boy in the middle, who's young, who's making a little bit rookie mistakes. That's fine, but we need a fix on those. And going into the transfer window, I'm looking for a new centre mid, maybe in depth, or a new right back as a depth place, because Arteta has come out and announced that Bellerin will not play in an Arsenal jersey again.
Okay, and he's
on loan at Real Betis.
Yeah.
So, he's playing really well. It was just basically said, is Bellerin in your future plans? He said no. Tommy Boy's our fit. We're moving on the likes of Guendouzi and another young Greek centre back. We're going to pick up 15 mil if that all goes to plan. The way Arteta's handling the transfers is really quick and good. It's clean. There's no bad blood. There's no rumours going around. It's just basically cutthroat. This is business. We want to move as a whole forward, and this is just how it is. Can't get over the moon about the result, but we just need to fix up a few things, and I think we'll be right.
Yeah, you mentioned Tomiyasu. If he does go and cop an injury, God forbid, you're back to square one almost. That right back position needs filling again, so you definitely need cover for him. And yeah, look, so far your transfers have been good. You had a very, very poor start to the season. Everybody knows that. But the longer the season goes on, the better you get. I tipped just to finish above Spurs, and not quite cracking that top 4 just yet, but you do want to finish above Spurs, that's for sure. And start of the season, it wasn't looking that way. But now you'd laugh if Spurs finished above Arsenal. Tony, any more thoughts on?
I was actually scrolling through Twitter just before this, and I put down a few things I saw post game, just a few stats. We talk about Leicester not showing up. It's a home game. Taking away the teams that got relegated last year, no team has lost more games at home than Leicester since the 2020/21 season. And on top of that, only Liverpool has scored more goals from corners than what Arsenal has this season. So, a lot of teams struggle from corners. I can't remember the last one United scored from, so there's that. But yeah, what's going on with Leicester? They've been in the top 4 constantly, but if they're losing the most games from a top flight team, it's quite worrying.
Yeah, they always say your home is your fortress. That's what you're supposed to preserve. You want to at least win your games at home. So yeah, if you can't win your games at home, it's pretty bad, pretty poor. But yeah, look, if they're winning games away, you can't complain too much, I suppose. But yeah, I think they're just gonna. I don't know if they can crack that that even European spots this season. It's very, very, very tight this year. There's so many teams. Like you look at the Arsenals are back, for example, and the Spurs. Then you got Brighton somehow in there. So do Leicester even crack 10th spot? They're sitting in 10th now. Do they hang around, or is this going to be a very long season?
Obviously, the top three for me, that's sorted. Those teams are going to run away. That you've mentioned West Ham. I think Brighton drop off. I think Tottenham could drop off, and like you said, the teams around them. I'm looking at the ladder. Besides United, every other team's playing better football than Leicester. So, yeah, it's a bit of a worry. And we gave them a rap a couple of weeks ago and said they're building in the right direction. They haven't missed the top four since they won the league, and now they haven't missed Europe since they won the league, and now we're sitting here going, you know what? Maybe Morty was just 2 years late with Rodgers is going to get sacked. So who knows?
I think Arsenal hit Leicester at a good time. They were missing Wesley Fofana, who's very highly rated at the centre-back role. Brendan Rodgers did talk about a few other players being out due to the Carabao Cup situation, which unluckily they drew Liverpool and we drew Sunderland. So I'm early shutout for Leicester there, and I don't understand Leicester. I think they're just in a bit of a dead patch at the moment. They'll bounce back, and I tip them to come sixth. That's just above Spurs. That's just my hatred for them. But yeah, that's it.
I don't see how Ndidi doesn't get in that squad. Like,
is he fit?
He's fit. He's on the bench. He was ready to go. He's warming up for about 85 minutes of that 90 minutes. And I mean, Sumare, if that's how he says his name, copped a massive knock, was down for about 5 minutes. You would have thought you're down 1-0, perfect time to get someone in there, stabilise that midfield. He's experienced. I don't know. If I was him, I'd take him.
Yeah, I would have played him on, but Tillemans turned it on in the second half. I think that's why he was left out of the starting line.
I think that Tielemans and Ndidi combination works perfectly. Samaris had a decent season, but yeah, I don't know. If Ndidi's fit, I'm starting Ndidi.
100%.
Tony, just want to finish this. As a United fan, would you take Rodgers as your manager if it happens?
I'll be honest, if Rodgers comes in, I don't see us, and I've had this chat with the United boys, I don't see us winning anything. If he comes in for a 2-year contract, I do not see us winning anything. He's got fortunate that when he took over Leicester, they were, I guess you could say, a powerhouse of the Premier League. They were up there. I don't know. I'm still leaning towards a Conte. I wouldn't say no to Rodgers, but I think a Conte proven winner. Yes, it's short term, but I think he comes in, we win something, where I don't think we win anything under Rodgers.
Yeah. All right. Well, Baxter, if you've got nothing else to say, we're going to wrap this up because there's a few massive games coming up at 1 a.m. time, Sydney time. So
1 a.m.
I'll see you at 3:30. 3:30. Yeah.
Those games, but obviously Spurs versus United, that's a big one. But I've got a few before that. So thanks for joining us as usual, Baxter. Tony, again, always. And we'll see you for our review in a few days' time.
See you soon. Thanks, Baxter.